Hey, good morning and welcome to Coffee with Chris. I'm going to talk to you today about a blog post that I wrote that hopefully will make you think a little bit. And if it doesn't make you think a little bit, it made me think a little bit. So I'm recording this for my podcast, which goes on Spotify, Apple, Anchor. Those are four other places. So if you like to listen to anything, you can head over to my blog post, which I'll link at the bottom of this, and you can read it or click on the link to listen. And I have a 50 or 60 things recorded there that you can just listen to. Um, all right, here we go. Ready? You guys are going to watch me behind the scenes. I've been thinking about the metaverse this week, specifically the movie The Matrix, which is about waking up from the metaverse, or a metaverse, and a paper I read that said there is a high probability that we are living in a simulation already, which is another metaverse. It made me wonder, are we living in a simulated reality where we build a simulated reality to go live in? I mean, the game Farmville on Facebook was huge a decade ago. I didn't play, but didn't people plant and grow and harvest digital crops for fun? Instead of going into the backyard and planting a garden. Now it's the same for their things. How many sofa soldiers do you know jumping into Call of Duty so they can fight and kill the enemy and have never shot a gun in real life? Or the simulated reality we call life. The same with Grand Theft Auto. I've never stolen a car or beat up a hooker, but if I played games, I could in Grand Theft Auto. I know a lot of people learned how to drive by playing it, and it shows on the real roads and highways. I'm poking fun at the metaverse, but if you would have talked about Facebook 20 years ago, or Instagram or TikTok a decade ago, no one would have believed you. It's a human evolution, and the metaverse is not only coming, I'm kind of excited about it. Gaming will be big at first, and porn. But I'm not a gamer, so I'm going to miss that part. And the one I just whispered to you. My particular portion may go into turning books I write into 3D universes. I mean, imagine fighting zombies with Dad and his kids, or alongside LT and his squad fighting alien invading licks. Or working magic with Ben Logan and Najee Matos on the edge of the res. Maybe even conjuring up your own kind of familiar with Kat and her crew down in New Orleans. Heck, I bet some of you would just sit in a bar and drink with Jake Burbank. There's so much potential in the form of entertainment. But there are some tech hurdles to conquer first, then over to mass adoption, but that comes with time. Again, 20 years ago, there were only a couple of thousand Facebook users. Now, everyone is on it. So much so that they make big announcements and post when they're not going to use it anymore. Amazon was a bookseller from a garage in the 90s. Now it delivers almost anything you want, including my books, to your front door. I can see a time when you have your own avatar who lives in the old Wild West, or with Sherlock Holmes, or I bet even a few of you will choose to live with Robinson Crusoe or the Swiss Family Robinson. I probably would get lost in space sometimes, or maybe saddle up with some Texas Rangers to chase down Black Bart so I can save the ranch. Though it's a game, and I don't play too many games. Maybe I do. I saw a very successful person who talked about a hedge fund and his time as the manager, and he called it a game. Then he went into the game of owning his own business and growing it. Maybe that's what I'm missing sometimes. I think of it as work instead of play, and that can be a disconnect. Maybe that's what we need more of in this life. Play more games together. I did see a commercial where two guys were Oculus buddies getting along like gangbusters, having a blast. Then they each screamed at their neighbor through the adjoining wall for making too much noise. The camera pulled to a wide shot and showed these two metaverse best friends telling each other to shut up and be quiet in real life. Then back to the Metaverse, where they each complained about the guy next door. I thought it was a fitting social commentary that should teach us a lesson we've been working to learn since the dawn of man. Why can't we all just get along? In the new online universe and out here in the other maybe simulated one, welcome to the new age.